Welcome to the 14th episode of Black Souls, Poetry and Musical. We are in QwaQwa, Northern Free State, deep in the mountains. Very beautiful city. One of the most tourist places you can find in South Africa. In this episode, we have quite someone. Excited to meet him. The founder, the writer, the comedian, workshop facilitator. Don't know, there's so much that this guy's doing. Poet, you name it. He started his artwork apparently somewhere in the 2008. He's going to tell us more about that. Fell in love with the art. Before you knew it, he shared the stage with the likes of Natalie Mulebazi, to name a few. Mek Manaka, some overseas poets, talented. He's also a father. I'd love to hear more about that as well. Performed in the major stages like Makufe, Soweto Arts Camp, to name a few. Also participated in the Naked Hike, which we'd love to more about it a bit later. Interesting one, I must say. The founder of the SickNatcha ArtFrika. He has done a lot. Recently, he was part of the Poetry Africa. Hosted in UJ Johannesburg. Got to see him. I've got a personal opinion about that, but we'll get to that. My view still stands today. I got to see him perform. I got to see the reaction. I listened to that piece over and over and over and over and over, and we'll get to that. The only poet. I'm not being biased because it's my own boy. You both come from this state. There's nothing to do with that. There's everything to do with what took place. Second poet to get on stage. And the whole auditorium literally stands up for him. And he still doesn't cut it, but we'll talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hlox Da Rebel.
One time. Yeah, I should be welcoming you guys, but like I said, welcome to QwaQwa. Thank you very much for showing up. Maluti backpackers for Maphalla. Welcome, and thank you for inviting me to the podcast. Amazing stuff.
You know, funny enough, you were supposedly to be our first guest. When we met, it didn't go Poetry ArtFrika. We briefly talked about it would be nice, man, if we had to start with the band. But the odds were against us, and eventually 360, Baba, 360, and we are here. We have a different energy here. The touch is a bit high. QwaQwa so much.
QwaQwa is home, bro. QwaQwa is home. This podcast, it's all about this mountain. When I been in my house, go no area in Tabadin Shebi, Fata Kanipoto, the Bota, what I feel and it's a what I planning door. That clearly defines what QwaQwa means to me and all of us here. You have a mountain to conquer. Every morning you have a mountain to conquer. So it's a place here where we used to be a self-governed state. From 1974 until 1994, we used to govern ourselves. QwaQwa, the government at QwaQwa, in collaboration, and then government is what they called a community development fund. And then everybody funds it in QwaQwa, and then they built this beautiful place here. They'll do the factories, so they'll do everything. Like University, a lot of things. It was collaboration between the government and the people. And growing up in such a place, you don't want to leave, It's not crime here. Body gunshot. It's just a beautiful, peaceful place. in respect for one another, you know, like your hands of the QwaKanda, like watching QwaKanda, this is who we used to be. Yeah, so it means everything. This is where my father was born, this is where my grandparents were born, this is where I was born, this is where my great ancestors came, King Shaka, they had taken some tribes in danger. This is where my ancestors found refuge here. So it means a lot to me. I'm a Zulu guy because I'm Mabaso, but I have a Sotho name. And then Kibwali is Sotho, and if you're in Rome, you do what Romans do.
Yeah.
So the how they got called is to give us Sotho, such peaceful people. So it means a lot to me.
Yeah. I've got, because you just touched on, you know, history way back.
Yeah.
Nifatani, Shaka, and everything that happened.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any idea where it was QwaQwa established, like as a town?
It was in the 1800s or the 1800s because employing Yamorana Charles and they did Namahati. Emotin Kanahudi Muda, Marcus the Mosari 1800s. And they did it was established then Havana Batloa Kanisoto, Batagamonana, Babola Bamorana Mushuesh. So Batui de Kanisoto, Batagamonana, and then Batola Space Monana, Kibatokwa, Libakwe, the tribe is the beach. Hence, Flachenia Pili in an green, and then everybody describe it, they two, the Pere Mahare, it represents the tribe is the beach, the Uzawatokwa and Bakwe. So Bataka treasure and then Babataka and Bataka and then settled here and then go into this place. Siama had certain synthesis, statue modern Apollos Mopeli. There's a lot of history, that needs to be fact checked. Yeah, I'm not going to fact check, guys. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm loving this interview. And there's so much history as in the Lehlohonolo preserve for the University of the Free State. So it's just us as the youth, but in short, that the story until it the Prime Minister TK Mopeli in 1974, as well in the royal family, but going into politics and then as a self-governed state and him as a Prime Minister and working with other people.
And like you mentioned there, from TK Mopeli, because I know most of the teachers, I'm from Blue, so most of the teachers I know I studied QwaQwa. But like there's that pride, I'm a teacher, but the state sense deteriorate the Hanya. And the second thing that in our deteriorate and Pumanarele QwaQwa is
as Kisva. We are already talking about work. Who are you? Well, hey, I respect the fact that you already diving into the content. We need to know what.
Okay, Lehlohonolo Mabaso. Known as Hlox Da Rebel. I'll let you know Hlox Da Rebel. I was born here in Chaba. My parents got married in 1983. Mona Chaba. And then I was born in 1988. But my parents were Mako. Yeah, my dad was a Mako, my mom was a Ruvel, and then Bakopani Monachaba, when my grandfather in Elimuru AME, and then the last station of Chaba here, and that's where they met. My dad Aduna Kamakrekum. So Kamakrekum, that's where we have Mabaso Street. Kimugo Mabaso Bangataba with him Makomba fixed and then Namabatenka Budiapolo, Kamoka. I'm a father of two. I come from a family of, I have seven siblings, 6 from my mother and one timer, Asmudi, that's the firstborn. My mom passed away in 2000, and then we've been living with my dad. He's a super dad, he's amazing man. hence I'm the way I am. Hence QwaQwa elenga bilunyana, you know, because he used to. I'm a poet as well. As well as a climate philanthropist, small scale farmer, a writer, a comedian, an MC, founder at SickNatcha, chairperson at QwaKanda, a lot of things which I'll be letting go because I have to focus on QwaKanda, because we have to strive towards the dream of a greater and brighter QwaQwa. So so my dad unasebenza mmuso wa QwaQwa, parliamentary nekile bonsa yona, parliamentary ya QwaQwa. He was a clerk there, and then sometimes he was a chauffeur, Dr. TK Mopeli, and then until our bookkeeper, Dr. TK, and the parliament. So you can imagine how how the South Africa, the South Africa, South Africa, and then this part, but I'm Prime Minister, you know. Not the president of South Africa, the Prime Minister. Dr. G, you know, get the fella Prime Minister TK Mopeli, get the Parliament, get the life in an area, get the pride in that Organa football, because he's also a writer, Dr. Maphalla. He's also a poet there. So basically, on a checking country, so he doesn't performer anymore because he gave me that family. He doesn't have to do it anymore because he gave me the baiting. So I grew up the flag in the guy is the old flag. Hence what we put out. Why are you so fascinated with the old flag, which it's finally how a flyer update. I fly and you Tavani da. QwaKanda, not in Bohade, they had pride, ke flag their own, you know, ke flag their own, blind. So I remember in Dr. KD Mopeli, and then who told me he's not being given a state funeral? Dr. KD Mopeli. The Free State government is quiet. And then the statuses and the pressure starts going up to come on. So you mean to tell me that Dr. KD Mopeli is going to have just an ordinary funeral? And then the last minute is get announced already, Dr. KD Mopeli fly at the level something state funeral. Sure. And now that means we cannot go inside because also now the blue lights, now we cannot access the venue to bury him. So because that's what we call ourselves, because that's who we are, QwaKanda warriors, the last line of defense. Yeah, if country it's gonna pay. So we take the flag everywhere we go with us. According to the South African laws, that's illegal. But we carry the flag everywhere we go with us because everything and who we are. So the flag the entire government is here and they don't like this flag. But most of them, even the premier, either you're not teaching, in the Free State. But that flag that was flown during access because of what the government of QwaQwa, the people of QwaQwa had built, and whatever is selfish for everyone. This flag, it's our pride and joy. So when it's that close to our hearts, we take it there. Because now it's another security in a level whatever about my feel level stadium level mama so whenever to have a damage to another place in the house again I'll go in the past stop within so now we are outside we have a decision ya ho bula flaga e ka gore kwalo ba ntse ke na batho ba ntse ke na dipula e ntse ke na maponesa ba ntse ke na dikeng ka ofela so Raibula flaga Rabira Masolanga we have QwaQwa in our hearts with pride Raibula flaga people come to us about flaga with that flaga ya muso wa QwaQwa pele really yes wabona the look on their faces really Maphalla ba bula flaga and whatever and then Raibula ga ba ga itenga koloi ha tsa mama diteng and I get as close to the coffin as possible so that everyone can see this flag and see that QwaQwa it will be Dr. KD Mopeli. And then again, it's hectic looking at cemetery. It's crazy, you know. Mabaso again, I'm so Dr. KD Mopeli. Refuse the Kahare, and let's get the perfect sport. And we held on to the flag. We held on to the flag. This might land us in jail, but we have to bury this legend. This man, this writer, this amazing writer, he deserves a speech, he deserves a monument or something. Or they named the library? The library is Dr. TK Mopeli. I don't know. I think the theater. Yeah, we're gonna name the theater after him, Dr. KD Mopeli Theater. The old detention hall. So we are holding on to the flag, and then we can see the former premier, Mrs. Ntombela, will be one of the security, VIP security guys. And then and then that guy. Such a humble man. I think he respected the flag as much as we did, but he had to do his job at the same time. And then, also mean flaga ya South Africa, Maponesa as I feel the family. But we are still holding on to the flag. He moves, he comes to us, and then he calls us to the side. Oreheba flaga is I said, go with a heart.
Yeah.
Yes, I said, go with. Oreheba Muso QwaQwa be like really. Or la tira ki flaga tse ha sa tlameha ho fufisa le rona se le re menne ya country ne kopa le ene ho bana hantle ne tlamehile ho tla bana ba parents blue and that is sense ba tswa ba tena ka file because what you're doing right now ele kana lo hamabu abuti flaga ya nya ba tse and we understood before it but what we wanted to do and to represent and to remind people like Hopola QwaQwa, you know, do you remember this part?
It's about the impact.
Do you remember where you come from? So so QwaQwa below as we are striving towards that QwaQwa and then an even better God.
Such an emotional, and I can see in your eyes, you are hurt.
Yeah,
there's a hurt when you speak about QwaQwa, and there's a pride and joy. It's only us who can elevate the standard set in QwaQwa.
And I feel like I didn't answer your question. You said, when did everything change? From 1974 until 1994, QwaQwa had a clean audit. Everything. QwaQwa had a clean audit.
You said 1994.
1974.
From? Until
1994.
That's when we got our democracy.
We as QwaQwa, we got our self-governance status on the 1st of November in 1974. So Rona Reneferi ruler. That was the greater South Africa. But come on, We have our own parliament, we have our own laws, we have our own police, we have our own factories, our own schools. But what we didn't want us to do is about we read our own poems. Yeah, that's about like you can relate to Google, you know. The education is 100%. Hence, you can say that in Bloemfontein, getting doctors out there, everyone wants it.
So much pride.
Yeah, that's why I'm so hurt that there's so much silence when this place is burning, but it has produced so many people. Got degree and then they just bounce. And then now QwaQwa and nobody cares about it. So from 1974 until 1994, QwaQwa was a self-governed state. I'm told that there was, I think in around 1990, 1992, because of that account that I was telling you about, the Community Development Fund. In that Community Development Fund, there was 900 million circulating that they are sure of in QwaQwa. They are sure that there's 900 million circulating in QwaQwa. That money is going to be filming, school fees or whatever, shop or because shop supermarket everyone and contributing towards this dream. We build that the motor road. You know, it's the R53, that's so Motseki, what am I fella straight teacher walking and so. Yeah, motor road will fit and so bad. So it was a paradise, man. This place was amazing. I only got to experience it Hanyani because I was born in 1988. But Lemonto to Kono Khalifa and didn't take it more time. And the Toto Honang born at the Kasia. Like you can see them. And when born in DCA. And then in 1994, that's when the democracy came, and then that's when we were absorbed into South Africa. I still say the people of QwaQwa have themselves to blame, maybe our parents have themselves to blame, but everyone was excited. Democracy was something else. So not about it, and then here are these people promising you free everything, and when I okamona nakara QwaQwa, and then you were told that Honales Taba. And then this is forced tax. It was a campaign, you know. It was a campaign. When I asked young people, like because people want to someone might say, my dad, but when I was but when the principal the former principal there, Farm, the founder of Farm, went at this fight, and then they give us the stories because we have to use them while they're still alive so that we can be able to tell them like we are telling them now. So it was a paradise, and now what they're doing here is forced tax. We are going to give you everything for free. 10 rand day is forced tax. Let's say 10 rand day. And then they bring the unions. Union because one, Joburg on the railway, on the airport, Devon on the harbour, on the railway, on the defeat. That got immediately drive we got it. So the logistics are a bit high. So when I just know Holaska, Motua, and then the union are fit, but the rate is a Joburg, and then the workers. But you did it. It was a well thought strategy, so destroy a car. But then the rate is gonna let the Joburg. And then but to Vele, or I did it to hey, Joburg 10 rand per hour. Mona now 500, they forget, Halna Harbour, Halna Airport, Halna Railway, diesel, expensive. By the strike. And then, but we own the family, they're like, okay, we'll give you those rates. But in a couple of months, we are bouncing. Because now we're not making money. We are bouncing. And then the family are gone. But we are unemployed. And then what I go, Fika 2020. But under its own parliament and its own Department of Education. It's a union teachers. But the quality of education, not teacher and someone because the quality.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then now there's a union area and power principal. Teachers are going to class with the principal. Union, the workshop. Celebrity meetings and the teacher said to the CEO school says to us it's a union in the workshop, education is that drop. And then what do? Now we've messed up the education. You know what I'm saying? And then they all destroy each and every infrastructure. Tell me, if it's a young homo and promise him how do you promise me roads when I have roads? How do you promise me water when I have water? How do you promise me electricity when I have sustainable electricity? You have to destroy all those things. How do you promise me employment when you have to destroy all those things so that you can promise them to me? You see what happened?
Is this one of the reasons why in one of your work, what did you say? I think you said something like we have 12 official languages, fluent in none, and still go to the language. Because it's inspired by one of this, what did you say? You said that.
Everything that I speak of as inspired by the life that Gil said, man. That's sad, that's really sad. It's really sad to see because we had dreams, you know. That whole thanks a lot. But still none is not it's inspired by how you grew up, you know. Like paper, outside in the main road, and so clean. And then you see illegal dumping sites. You're not used to that though. So how I think at first it was anger, you know. You're growing up and how they change, you know? And then and then you come back, you know, it builds up about anger at first. And then like I used to live in a place like this, and then you meditate on that place, and then you work on, it's like a gospel, but it was actually supposed to be something like a union for artists, you know. That's where it started. We were in Bloemfontein, the preacher technique, when Black Panther came out. We were in Bloemfontein. The aim, the artist that got the artist that first they can have the name Hlox Da Rebel, you know, because it's like you're rebelling against the system, you know. I fought the system through poetry, you know. ArtFrika a platform, you cannot write about sunflowers and blue skies when there are missiles. You know, you are in Gaza and you are a poet, and then you are told, can't you write about something beautiful? This is what's happening now. I was labeled an angry poet at that time, you know. And then you are being exploited. And then we are in Bloemfontein with preacher technique, and what's like we need something like a union. We have to visualize every day. re lwanela the artists tsa QwaQwa, re kopantshitse the artists tsa QwaQwa, the artists tsa QwaQwa kaofela, taking over what belongs to us, taking over the theatre, taking over the centers, making artwork. That is what it was supposed to be about. But then when we came back, everything else is like you cannot just fix the arts because okay, let's say you get a theatre and then it like demons like assessment needs. So you need to fix the waters and whatever. And then how would it see that? I'm not to clean anymore. And then I'm never trying to employ to have a hono to show like the shows that the artists, and then now you find yourself WwaKanda has to do everything. And then let's all work under this umbrella and then try and solve and come up with solutions and work with partnership with companies and whoever wants to work with us, go back to the basics and try to strive towards a better QwaQwa, the dream to a greater and brighter QwaQwa. That's where we go with QwaKanda. Yeah.
And as the new age Malcolm X, more fish you are, the new age Malcolm X.
Yeah.
You ended and as a principal man. I just saw the works it's how or QwaKanda on the bus station. What pride does it produce? And what kind of a support do you need from the outsources on the access?
I want to keep QwaQwa clean.
Yeah.
Like that, I was snap and be
Yeah.
And then you bought it up, but look at QwaQwa everywhere in QwaQwa, and it just been at almost every corner. So, as I was saying, it's back to the basics, just reminding people. But we don't have this time just so. No, let's not be fast, but let's keep QwaQwa clean. You know. So. But when I come, those are the other companies that must Maphalla and other international companies working at time. We had to start from scratch. But we go perform a poetry and then get busy. Rather busy about card at the 20th of September. That was the birthday of Dr. TK Mopeli. And then he was turning 90. And we were like, Nelson Mandela has 67 minutes for Nelson Mandela. How about we do 90 minutes for QwaQwa? Not for Dr. TK, for QwaQwa. And then we would have been 90 by then. At the time. And then the Ramafa cake, and then we celebrated that day. Kahulina QwaQwa, popular message, Boloka QwaQwa, effects in here. So, it's back to basics. Back to basics. Yeah, but parents are they make their mistakes, it's fine. But we are the parents now. It's this the QwaQwa that we want to see our kids grow up in. It's up to us because we cannot look to them anymore. It's about us taking action. Hence, we got to my new poetry and then focused on it for the longest time until
my question, or maybe my whatever, is starting something is not solved.
Yeah.
And in this regard, QwaKanda, going back to basics, the hardest thing, I don't know if it's the hardest thing, but one of the challenges about the human being is getting used.
Yeah.
So that the mind, once you're used to it, it's gonna come automatically. How hard is it, or was it, for people to get used to the idea of let's go back to keeping QwaQwa clean?
Yeah.
And what's the status now?
They call us crazy, no creatives. We are called crazy.
All the time.
And then there are always other crazy people. Because we just went on Facebook and then we just wanted like-minded individuals. What's what I know about people mama and QwaQwa, you know? Here's a status of guys, tomorrow is the 20th, on this date, the 20th of September, let's come out wherever you are. Please, not us here. And then the other crazy people came out. That's how we came about. And then we saw, And then that's how QwaKanda was built. Baba never did clean up on offer. Okay guys, what can you do? Oh, I'm Khatsi, I do after school training and then get science and technology, and then when I'm fun, I do personal development, and I do music, mama I do agriculture, and then better go by like and then we're working under this one umbrella. Yeah.
And I'm glad of those things detail, because you are able to inspire a lot.
Yeah.
Because hence there was, I think, that in your team's dynamics, and then the top free state. So when people in the free state recognize your work, how does it feel like? And what is the message after this?
It's encouraging, eh?
Yeah.
As we've gotten a lot of awards, but the recognition is not enough. The certificate is a the recognition would be, we love the project, we would love to multiply it. How do we do that? We very much appreciate the awards. They are great. They are so amazing. But as the impact, that's the greatest award, because in Gigaton, we calculate what they call equity, and then judge on how many families have we helped. And then throughout that Gigaton challenge, at the end, that's what calculator we created about 100 temporary employment. To see them about over 150 employment. The impact that you see how fita and a homeless person, an unemployed young person, a fita away waste I collectively, and then I tell a child for every kg waste. Imagine what about that's all. You bring waste right away, you get paid R1 per kg, and then whenever we take the waste is a compost, and then you sell the compost. You can do gardening, you can do whatever. Zagai Mobu.
Shut up. Also, I heard Mr. Mo Morile, Mr. Mugula Ari. The best thing, one of the first things that should be a priority is food security.
Exactly.
Of which you are small scale farmer.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying a farmer. Small scale it does not.
Because COVID showed us flames. Disease, COVID. Akatabanya na crisis study ke re heng tamati ela ha re tswa fela ya ke re sentse re tsalang ka project e a thola tsimo le bontate ba khadi da tsala ga le ba spana le bonkgono ha ba hloke dijo, because re spana ba fela tsimo, especially basics again. Motho ka ga tsamaya allo ja toti hona le ga tlhine toti I pay I tell seat o bona hladish. Come on, then the body something on the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
And organic.
Yeah, organic. Yeah. It began in Africa, and all began here. It began here. So when I did I didn't talk. Also, so trying to prove that that's what happened. Hence, what I wanna Google to a feet or Nasala Harafu, Renale musician, or go preach everyone. Or let's start with the basics, because you cannot say you want land and then you get land and you don't know what to do with the land. You know? Who funded artists are on through the agriculture. So the market or fund the artists with the festival to better community. That's how it is.
I know that's a handful, because I can relate a lot to what you said. A lot. I mean, truth be told, our grandparents literally never died.
Yeah.
Born in too. My grandmother normally daddy no see.
Yeah.
Literally come to keep on your car, and then we see the words are proof in that way. So I can literally relate.
So it's back to basics. Life is in the basics, that's all. That's all. Going back to the drawing board and then implementing it when another venture. You know, sometimes when I check when I'm to IMA, to see when I'm traveling, so I graduated. It takes a lot. Or now when I'm traveling, I graduate. I get a university. What's about Tataja high? But it's about sacrifices about failings about Mama University, Mama University. About the graduate. Or Atoyema Sky, any other beggar. Board strategy. I graduated la Palaha sacrifices. It's very painful. And it will be great. You want to achieve it on that part, but you get the farm management, you get the hairdressing, you get the coding, you know. For finally skills that go or succeed. Because it's said, whatever degree nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. Yeah, it's not relevant. You know, especially country unemployment in Ghana, you know. So it's very important to get skill on a gym. It's very important to get skill and then get the skill and then another always at the course to a degree, you know. Or we because not because you need a job, because you need a skill to get money and not degree, you know. Yeah, because I celebrate, and I sometimes cry. You know, they're stepping into the real world now. When I'm turning 36, and then they have the opportunity of 18 to 35, 18 to 35. I'm in the real world now. Because after school, you go into the real world, and then so how to tell your tertiary or unemployed, and then again the real world, and then after 35,
there's a real world.
It's a jungle out there.
Before you move to 40.
Yeah. So yeah, we have to be smart about it. You know, let's get skill. I'm not sure about but how to do skill. You know, it's very important for us to get skill. The college did got let's get skill. Or how can I feel this skill? Everyone was fine. Skill. Yeah.
Get the skill.
You know, say yeah. And then that skill of university thing, and then do your degree, and then you can do whatever with your degree or
Na ke kopane le wena mosebetsing wa di-arts as a writer, as a poet, as one of the most vocal in terms of social ills. Well, one of the few poets I know like KDP knows social ills as a poet. So briefly tell us about the history, a brief history of how into poetry.
So I started writing poetry. Actually, I used to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I used to be a rapper. Yeah. Both right. Back in school, I secondary school. I said, man, blizzard. Yeah. Actually, the story kind of blizzard. Yeah. I captured blizzard. My cousin is my friend. It goes down to blizzard. Sometimes I tell people in the arts, it's not even me. It's blizzard. Yeah. Blizzard in Africa, asparagus something when I fell and then it would blossom. Like I plant the seed. So blizzard regardless thing, but they were in one crew. All two during grade 12, I think. Yeah. So whenever they call you one, and then they split, and then there's beef now. Yeah. And Blizz, we won or some other Rex, and then K, Jackson, and Atlanta. But strong. But yeah, Watoko Pananda, Ratima Catholic shoe. I said, I'm trying to get district, and then district, and then when so to I have children, so what they I know, Jackson, yeah, infectious art. I'm telling when yeah, but put it under the you know what I do? Preacher technique.
Infectious art.
Yeah. Go on a drive. No. Go to the blaze it and they attack now because there's a new nigga. Yeah. In that side. Yeah. What's it? I feel like another that last thing they say. Yeah. So what happened? Yeah, I'm googling the show. Whatever. So I like so today boma 5 fela fitla la ha fitla la ka re wa bona ho kena la o tlo kopana le di Avengers ka fela tsa zemza la futile fitla ka thola bo mkhita yo so ona di bo mkhita ke si pulki wo da yo so refsi ki o ke kena bona ba ya shwa khothala wa tsona ke bona bana there's a beat talent show is tomorrow since wona ya rebel inana ya rebel strong it was very beautiful, man. I feature at this track yabona, at this track yabona, bana ba mukifu ba rap. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And kama kala dipina tseo and the effort to get them what's on. Those were the best performances of the day. And then fast forward, Serele crew now. That's CVC, Corrupt Vicious Caveman. Corrupt Vicious Caveman. So na kole fete body beat what body beat go fight yo fight na beta bombe pe wale mnyane jo ntsa kena skela kana go ba se ntsa ka date go na tema na go na mchakela la actually the studio bedroom studios and then we rapping and then one time he recorded about Raz and then Raz and L Raz and Dylan Samamela haki kena pinene and then he's like when I talk to you actually a poet. Yeah, those common guys are all common. Yeah, every time how can I when I make a change every time I make it just slow with something or again. Okay, I pull out of it. But often I make it with something. I have to do a poet. And then Katama Elena Blaze, I go to QwaQwa. I'm blowing up QwaQwa. That was when I work in a college, Springs College. After Springs College, the hip hop is a lot, that was savage, whatever. And then that was the first time I performed poetry at his college. Yeah, it was another talent show. Really, I'm trying myself out as a poet. This is 2006. Yeah, I'm trying myself out as a poet. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's working this day. And then I came back home in around 2007, and in 2008, I joined Talk on New Verbs. That was the movement that poets, everyone, in every movement that I there. And then Talk on New Verbs, but poetry is in trouble. And then that's when I was like, so another sprint. One time I come back from college and then Blaze almost a t-shirt. My favorite t-shirt, we want the SickNatcha. SickNatcha. And then with Tore, let's all trailing, this was then first this was a mic. Yeah, SickNatcha. Then what's my guys go fair, that's keeping this high. But I want to inform everyone of it too. We are SickNatcha now. Kalata Motseki, Blessed Kachiso, Kamajunisa. You know, SickNatcha elabulela bomama. KO. Nako chance in everything. Ekhululeni is college main campus. Freshers born. I was so drunk that day. Just who are you were like, Motia, I didn't know what to do when I was to perform my get. I was sent to the Motia and go away. I was born, what do I get? Yeah, I'm too drunk, I'm sleeping now. I can't. Motia perform, today, please don't have a picture of KO woman. And then, as later, obviously, we do the cellular Pretoria, but the name was too strong. Just to let go of it. And then I took on website that does like whatever a movement or that for the nothing at the other put when I was a Pretoria with that. I feel like I had to transfer and get it so opinion about poetry. Yeah. And then if it and then in 2011 woke up one day, it's the first Sunday of January, and then I'm like, if you want to do some poetry, I'm at Pretoria Chapmanton, RJ Masia Library, City Library, where we used to do sessions. I take my books, I get my stuff, and I'm like, and I got poems. If you want to share some poems, I got poems. And then I get the Chepi Wafita, Soja Logos Wafita, Toxic Wafita, and then now SickNatcha poetry. Yeah. Second host that session is a signature poetry. I used to host hip hop in 2008, and now it's 2011. Second time I host as a poetry and then Kopana with the poet. Somebody EP, you know, and then Kopana Lefana Fiki. The Fana Fiki was like, this looks like a business, bro. I was in Pretoria working in 2012. And then Fana about that session in cities, I'm not sure. What is this? We are signature poetry. But then I'm going to get poets and performing for poets. He calls me. It's like, yo, this is serious, bro. You need to register this as a PTY Ltd. My name is Fana and QwaQwa. I saw what you guys are doing. I love it. Maphalla I'm performing and I believe poets. One puts a I'm in Pretoria or let's leave in Joburg. You remember by two local Khetamo, a very director, I didn't know. I'm like, take my daughter, she'll do the paperwork, and then I'm like, Toxic can be another director. And then this guy drive Ofika Joes, that takes. I was with Akopan and Fate, she can again Akopanada. And then this is your company, you can see signature poetry, PTY Ltd, and then within the shares in the this is now a company, bro. Let's push this. And then at Fika High, this guy will push it. Also, anybody t-shirt, but to buy this sessioning, got coffee. And then we started doing monthly sessions. Then we started doing slams, and then we met a lot of poets, a whole lot of poets. We did workshops, and then that's how Signature came to be what it is today. It was just a lot of hard work, until today.
Signature ArtFrika.
Yeah, it's now ArtFrika because we wanted to incorporate other elements. Because on the visual artists, on the other signature poetry like Maphalla, poets, and then like Signature ArtFrika, and then
it's interesting. Because the guy on recently just hosted the Free the Word, which was marvelous.
Yeah.
You can see by the pictures and images of it was one of the best events. And I offered to perform one time.
Definitely. Next year is going to be bigger, hopefully, under the new chairperson of Signature because I'll be stepping down on the 31st of March. I'll be stepping down as a chairperson of Signature, and it will be handed over to another young person. And we've started a festival. We started Free the Word. You remember how Free the Word started?
Yeah, I remember.
How Free the Word started. Makufe Anasna poetry that year. And then we're like, Makufe, I want Makufe poetry. What is this? And we took a contract with other poets. And then when I did poets in ZW, we were like, what can we do? Who can offer a venue? I remember Kamoso offered a venue. Happy enough to sit in that venue, Kamoso. And then Siama to South venue, UX. And then, the Green Express, it was Elvis, it was our guy. And then there was Nande, Diga Poetry Festival. So after Nampala, festival Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I go by and then same was like Natika is a poster, and then Hotza poster is now my beach, and then the poets volunteered themselves. Okay, you can put my name in the poster, and then that's how the poster came. And this year we had Free the Word supported by NAC and the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, and for the first time we were able to pay poets and have a proper festival, paying everyone, and then it can only grow bigger.
Because is the magic film or traveler. Amazing. So man, I'm glad for that momentum is still. And before then, on slam. Why are you so invested in slam?
In slam? Slam is poetry. You're always testing yourself. Always testing yourself. Nigeria slam and get QwaQwa. Get Joburg. The parliament takes here 6. If you take Joburg, maybe something you will need more time Joburg. You're signing here. Because the slams are where sounding the poets in the city to about 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And then Baba Fika signing up. And then how do they hire you? You might think you're the best because you're here in QwaQwa, and then you think, I'm the best. You always have to test yourself amongst the best. And then the best were at that poetry league in Wellington. I had to keep QwaQwa and slam with the best, and slam with the best, so that they can know our name. It wasn't even about that. It was about learning how slams are organized. I was a slammer, but then I was also close to the organizers. Yeah.
Plus, recently you were semi-finalist for Poetry Africa.
Yeah.
Is that 17?
Yeah. 23rd.
Yeah. 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we performed that is.
On the 17th of October.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you did a great job there. You well represented us as a province. And you did very well, man. And the outcomes were not favorable to this man. But anyhow, we just did. You were able to bring another attention also for go and check out what Hlox what QwaQwa has. So we are very proud of that. And we are happy that we are able to witness it the first time.
And I'm going to respect. I'm
very
unhappy.
Slam is a sport. Slam is a sport. The situations they happen. They happen a lot, you know. And then it's about 4. You know. Lemon is SickNatcha, but Kimamanga winning, but Mama, you know. And then Kimamanga eliminate you, Mama eliminate you. But the theater hurt because whenever I know Kimamanga, but it's a sport. It's a sport. It is. You just go. I just love going out there and bringing the A game because. I'm there for the audience. Shappy did this standing ovation, the guy. You were counting. You were counting. If the audience received, because it's about testing my poems. I'm testing my poems. And then the only audience area did a job. Judges are just 4 people. And then the entire theater stands up. I'm like, okay, this is one of the strong poems. This is one of the strong. This is one of the strong. So I get with festival. This is a poem that I can include. You're a gladiator as a slam poet, and then you grow with every slam. I do this slam about this is a body workshop facilitator, and then this time it was mostly Pagati, and then Africa more stronger and better. And also in 2021 I was not gonna join the slam, but then I felt like at 35. And the World Slam Championships, I felt like at 35. I was like, this is my last year. Why not just throw in my video and then actually just like do what I knew I was gonna get selected. So and a lot of poets like there's no age. There's no age. Sometimes I decide I want to take this 500 today. He knows he's going to take it. He knows. And I feel like sharp, and you have to work harder because whatever next time it might be Masai, next time it might be whoever, those poets. It's just a slam. Anyone can sign up, and then they sign up. So it's not like, you're unfair.
Because I come from a choral background and I had a game performing in the competitions. So I understand the subjectivity of it.
Exactly.
It's all performer. So from that angle, I understood the decision from that. And you grow as a person. And how did the poetry you criminally join into a father?
My father actually. My father actually. It's very important to have a present father in your life. I saw with my father because my mom passed away when I was 12. Imagine if my father then decided to I'm out, I saw a father cook, I saw a father clean the house. I saw a father treat respect, like we are all building this house together, we are all building this home together, and that's how it's been, and I learned from him. By the way, this is how I should behave as well. This is how you should behave, and he molded me. he made me. So he shaped me a lot, and then I was blessed with a son in 2021, and then was blessed with another son. Yeah. And then it's just the practices are my father, and then just practicing them when I hold my sons, and then that is just handing over the baton. You are an artist or an NPC, and then there's no stable income, but it's very important to be there for the family and for your children. That's all.
Definitely, was one of the other posts you wanna know. Can I get now on my business?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you wanna get this guy with clinicky, proudly or sure. And I was like, what's your message to Dave Beats?
Yes.
There is that cloth that get beat. Sometimes there is letters to those.
Yeah.
So what's your message and what do you encourage others? Much for that they cannot be present to.
Yeah. That's all the idea. Yeah. That's all supply. And it's about you as a person, whether you're a responsible person or not. You know. And I keep on saying, I'm going to get depend, like a dog, a puppy, whatever, so that they learn how to take care of something. You know, if you've never done that, we is and then there are others. How said when preventive homes and whatever, and then and then you cannot see a child anymore, and then you end up being a deadbeat. Because the story is so it's just about find yourself, give yourself time, and then find space to go away. And I a baby daddy picnic. QwaKanda ta le khapa mauti. O kopa fela o kadime o re tla la lokisa dintho, you know. Ke baby daddy picnic, you go, you get your child. More how can I feel it? I feel that we don't have you go to a picnic, and that would be the first step. Go for that in the picnic, and then that would be the first step to healing, because it's not about us, it's about the child. So we're going to have that as a way out try and then occasionally picnicking, and I have a child in Kunyani. I could sit down for this picnic, and then now you've had a moment to introduce yourself to the and then I spend just a day, and then when I'm happy if was associate until you decided to a level of co-parenting.
One time.
And then
one time.
That's it.
One time.
Yes, sir.
Your life is very impactful, your stories and your knowledge can let you regular fast. And you are blessed.
Yes,
Go and bless others with what you do. We are ready for your support, and we love you. And as the movement day, we are glad that we are able to have such a figure within our midst. So, congratulations
on the podcast. People must subscribe. Now subscribe me. Let's grow the podcast. This is where you'll start.
I think for me, I would like to say, you are probably one of the bravest person. Because to make impact in your own community, to start with, especially people know you, they see you on a daily basis. Now, to impact the very same people, it's easy for you to live here, go and impact whatever. They don't know you, So I think you are the bravest person I've seen, and I wish you all the best, especially with QwaKanda. I wish and I pray that all QwaKanda will achieve safely. I pray that they understand what you're trying to do when you say back to the basics, because our forefathers and our grandfathers, they live happily that we are now because they simply stuck to the basics. So all the best with that. Hopefully,
No, definitely. I want to have more time in jail.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Lolo, signing out. Black Souls episodes dropping soon. Let's go on ahead.